paradise found, Palawan's natural splendor. Palawan, an archipelago in the Philippines, is often called the last ecological frontier for a reason. Its islands boast pristine beaches, crystal clear waters, and lush forests. Beneath the waves, vibrant coral reefs teem with marine life, making it a diver's paradise. This natural abundance is not just beautiful, it underpins the lives and livelihoods of Palawan's people. Tourism thrives on Palawan's natural beauty, drawing visitors from around the globe. Local communities depend on fishing and farming, sustained by the healthy ecosystems. This delicate balance, however, is under threat. The very resources that make Palawan so special are being exploited, putting its future at risk. Beneath the surface, the intrusion of mining. The mining industry has cast a long shadow over Palawan. Driven by the demand for minerals like nickel, chromite, and copper, mining operations have gained a foothold on the islands. Large-scale mining in particular poses a significant threat to Palawan's fragile ecosystems. The pursuit of profit often comes at the expense of the environment and the well-being of local communities. The lure of jobs and economic development is often used to justify mining activities. However, the reality on the ground tells a different story. The promised prosperity often fails to materialize, leaving behind a trail of environmental destruction and social disruption. Scars on the landscape, environmental degradation. Mining inflicts significant damage on Palawan's environment. Deforestation, a direct consequence of mining operations clearing land for exploration and extraction, leads to soil erosion and habitat loss. This process disrupts the delicate balance of ecosystems, threatening biodiversity. The runoff from mining sites, often laden with heavy metals and chemicals, pollutes waterways, poisoning aquatic life and contaminating drinking water sources. The impact extends beyond the immediate mining areas. Sedimentation from eroded soil smothers coral reefs vital for marine life and coastal protection. This destruction has far-reaching consequences for the entire ecosystem, impacting fishing yields and the livelihoods of those who depend on the sea. Section 4. Poisoned waters, ailing communities. The environmental damage caused by mining has direct consequences for the health and well-being of Palawan's communities. The once pristine rivers and streams are now tainted with toxic substances, making the water unsafe for drinking, cooking, and bathing. This contamination has far-reaching effects on the daily lives of the villagers. The contamination of water sources with heavy metals poses serious health risks, particularly for children and vulnerable populations. Children who are more susceptible to the harmful effects of these pollutants often suffer from skin rashes, gastrointestinal issues, and developmental problems. The lack of clean water exacerbates these health challenges. Respiratory illnesses are on the rise in areas affected by mining dust. The fine particulate matter released into the air can cause chronic respiratory conditions such as asthma and bronchitis. Villagers often have to wear masks to protect themselves from the dust, but this is not always enough to prevent illness. The destruction of livelihoods, particularly in fishing and agriculture, leads to economic hardship and social unrest. Fishermen find their nets empty as fish populations dwindle due to water pollution. Farmers struggle to grow crops in soil that has been contaminated by mining activities, leading to food insecurity and loss of income. The social fabric of communities is also torn apart. Families are forced to leave their homes in search of safer environments, leading to abandoned villages and a loss of community cohesion. The stress and uncertainty take a toll on mental health, further weakening the social bonds that hold these communities together. Displacement of indigenous peoples from their ancestral lands leads to cultural disruption and loss of traditional knowledge. These communities have lived in harmony with their environment for generations, and their forced relocation severs their connection to the land, eroding their cultural heritage and traditional practices. The influx of outside workers associated with mining operations can strain local resources and create social tensions. Local markets become crowded, and the increased demand for goods and services can drive up prices, making it difficult for local residents to afford basic necessities. This influx can also lead to conflicts over resources and cultural clashes between locals and newcomers. Section 5. The human cost, disrupted lives and livelihoods. The human cost of mining in Palawan is immense. Families who have lived here for generations find their lives upended by the relentless pursuit of mineral wealth. The promise of jobs often rings hollow as mining companies bring in their own workforce, sidelining the local population. Those who do find employment are left with low-paying, dangerous jobs that offer little security or benefits. The influx of outsiders can also lead to increased crime rates and social problems, disrupting the social fabric of these communities. The destruction of the environment, the source of livelihood for many, is another devastating consequence. As forests are cleared and rivers polluted, communities are left impoverished and struggling to survive, their traditional ways of life eroded. The situation is particularly dire for indigenous communities who have a deep spiritual connection to the land. Their cultural heritage is intertwined with the natural world. Mining not only displaces them physically, but also severs their ties to their ancestral lands and cultural heritage, causing irreparable harm. The loss of their traditional way of life has devastating social and cultural consequences, leaving a void that cannot easily be filled. Section 6. A future in jeopardy. Long-term implications. The long-term implications of unchecked mining in Palawan are dire. The depletion of natural resources will have lasting consequences for future generations. The environmental damage, if not addressed, could take decades or even centuries to heal. The loss of biodiversity could have irreversible impacts on the ecological balance of the region. The economic benefits of mining are often short-lived, leaving behind a legacy of environmental destruction and social problems. The true cost of mining, including the long-term health and environmental impacts, is rarely factored into the economic equation. Section 7. Turning the tide, a call to action. There is still hope for Palawan. Despite the challenges, the spirit of the people remains unbroken. The island's natural beauty and rich biodiversity are worth fighting for. A growing movement of local communities, NGOs, and concerned citizens are raising their voices against destructive mining practices. They are united in their mission to protect their homeland and preserve its natural resources for future generations. They are demanding sustainable alternatives that prioritize the well-being of both people and the environment. Initiatives like sustainable farming and regular cleanup drives are gaining momentum, showcasing the community's commitment to a greener future. Stricter environmental regulations and enforcement are crucial to prevent further damage. Government officials and environmental activists are working together to ensure that mining activities are monitored and controlled. Supporting ecotourism initiatives and promoting sustainable livelihoods can provide alternative economic opportunities for local communities. By encouraging eco-friendly tourism and supporting local artisans, we can help create a sustainable economy that benefits everyone. Education and awareness campaigns are vital to inform the public about the true cost of mining and to empower them to demand change. Workshops and community meetings are essential in spreading knowledge and fostering a sense of responsibility among the residents. The future of Palawan, the last ecological frontier, hangs in the balance. Its majestic mountains, pristine rivers, and untouched coral reefs are treasures that must be preserved. The time to act is now. Every effort counts, and together we can make a difference. Join hands, raise your voice, and be a part of the movement to save Palawan.
Welcome to TeamSam TV, your channel for the latest news updates. Here, we break down the biggest stories from around the globe, covering everything from breaking news to politics. Whether you want to stay informed or just catch up on what's happening, we've got you covered. So, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest news. Join the TeamSam TV family, and let's explore the world together, one update at a time.